everyone, Carolyn here. I am once again sporting my t-shirt for Such a Time as This rally that will be held in Birmingham, Alabama next week. It will be on Tuesday evening outside the SBC convention. So in honor of our preparation for that, I want to once again hit on the reasons that there will be a team of people at the SBC convention outside. We are, number one, asking for mandatory training of all SBC pastors, seminary students, ministry leaders, and volunteers on the issues of sexual abuse, domestic abuse, and sexual assault. Number two, we would like to establish a clergy sex offender database for the Southern Baptist Convention. We believe that it's totally within the realm of possibility for the SBC to do this. We want to include on this database those who are credibly accused, those who have admitted to conduct constituting abuse, or those who pled guilty or were convicted. Number three, address how poorly women are treated, respected, and valued within SBC churches. If you're not aware of number three, I highly encourage you to get on Twitter and follow some well-known Christian teachers. There is a lot to be said about what is going on within the SBC, things that are just crazy, the way women are talked about, the way women are treated, the way they are addressed. So there's a real need for the SBC to be Christ-like in how they treat women, because there's nothing Christ-like about some of the things that are going on. Today I want to pick back up in Matthew 21 where I left off yesterday, and I'm just going to reread the couple of verses. Matthew 21 verses 12 and 13. Jesus entered the temple area and drove out all who were buying and selling there. He overturned the tables of the money changers and the benches of those selling doves. It is written, he said to them, "My house will be called a house of prayer, but you are making it a den of robbers." Jesus is using this generation, I believe, for such a time as this, to act in his righteous anger, to clean his church. He's not making a mess, although it may look that way to some people. He's cleaning house. He's in the business of protecting the flock from wolves in sheep's clothing. Now, we've had survivors, advocates, and bloggers who have been shouting from the rooftops and proclaiming across the worldwide net about this problem, while church leadership has refused to listen and act on behalf of the kingdom of God. Instead, many have acted toward their own agenda, self-preservation, financial security, or have acted in disbelief. But there is no more ignoring or denying it. The Houston Chronicle and the San Antonio Express News, with the investigative reporters of Robert Downen, Lise Olson, John Tedesco, and multimedia by John Shapley, have been taking on this task for several months now. They have joined the good fight. And the reason I named the SBC specifically, when there are so many churches who are doing covering up abuse that's going on in their church, I've chosen the SBC because they are the largest evangelical church with the largest support and financial base, which places them as having the largest potential to make a positive influence in the culture, in the church's culture. This is why I joined the For Such a Time as This rally team in Dallas last year, and I will again be joining them in Birmingham this year. The SBC and other churches can no longer hide the piles of pigeon feathers and poop. God's church has been laid bare for the world to see. Jesus demands his church be cleaned. You may be asking how I'm tying together Jesus in the temple with sexual abuse cover-up in the church. This is how. Victims and survivors are being robbed of Jesus. Abuse allegations not believed leads to re-traumatization, which is spiritual abuse. This leaves many people unable to see Jesus in the correct light because the inside of the church has become dark. Jesus is acting in righteous anger to reconcile the lost sheep and the hurt sheep to himself. How many little children will never come to faith in Jesus because of the church's failure to believe the abuse they suffered? The church failed to seek justice, to help, and to provide healing for these little ones. Will we allow Jesus to clean now? Or will we cover our ears and pursue a detour that looks and feels more comfortable? There is no running or hiding from Jesus. There just isn't. When He's decided it's time for His will to be done on earth as it is in heaven, it will be done. Personally, I want to be on the side acting in faith, not in fear. I want to be a Christ follower, not a Pharisee or a Sadducee. Tomorrow, I'll discuss the purpose Jesus wants us to be about, which was also addressed in Matthew 21 when He said, "My house will be a house of prayer." Until tomorrow, I'll see you then.